Hello, you wonderful people, and welcome to another watch list. Basically, think of this as a monthly TV guide for me to let you know what and when TV shows that I'm interested in, that maybe you're interested in, are coming out. Like always, in the description down below, I'll include links to any trailers that might be available to anything that I bring up during this watch list. On December 2nd on Netflix, we have this new series called Hot Skull. Basically, there's been this plague that's kind of been passed around that's kind of put the world in kind of this dystopian era, or basically people have to wear headphones because basically every time it's this kind of disease that kind of passes through conversations, kind of like an auditory thing. And I think it's so neat how they display it in the show, because in the show, the subtitles, I don't know if the show will actually do this, but the trailer did, where like the subtitles will have like a distortion effect on it, kind of representing like, hey, this person has this illness, you need to cover your ears and immediately get away from them. Well, the main protagonist seems to be someone who has some form of immunity to it, and it seems like he's going to be the core crux of, you know, maybe battling against this. I don't really know where things stand. I'm interested to see whether that kind of goes, and how obviously what this dystopian world kind of looks like dealing with this very unique circumstance. Also on December 2nd, we have a new series on Prime Video called Three Pines. Basically, it's a village town called Three Pines, where Alfred Molina is an inspector coming to investigate, I think, like 3 murders, but obviously it turns out there's a lot more to it. I think there was a lot of Native American themes and elements playing a role in this story. Seems like, you know, if you're looking for some kind of crime drama mystery, this seems like right up that alley, which is kind of my thing. On December 5th on HBO, we had the 3rd and final season of His Dark Materials, which I'm very excited about. I remember some of where we were last season. I know where Lyra, like her mom, finally got her again. Will's dad died, and it's just kind of like Will and Lyra, their journeys will eventually connect again, but for now I think their journeys, they're both down paths that only they can go, and they can't go it together, sadly. So I know like Lyra's dad was up to some stuff. I don't fully remember everything that kind of went into that, but yeah, I'm excited. I have not seen the trailer at all, just because I wanted to refresh myself, and obviously, you know, because it's been a while since season 2, but also because it's like, right, obviously the new season's right around the corner, so I have less and less reason with every day to watch the trailer, because I want to go into this new final season kind of knowing next to nothing. On December 8th on HBO Max, we have season 4 of Doom Patrol, which I'm very excited about. Just more Doom Patrol shenanigans. Obviously, the Doom Patrol having to go up against something known as the Immortus Project. Immortus, having done a little bit of research, it is a character I'm not familiar with. I thought I was, but basically he's kind of some bad guy from the comics. His correlation and connection to the fact is that obviously the Doom Patrol have this immortality thing where like they don't age, and obviously because we introduced it last season, more time travel shenanigans as well. So just more Doom Patrol weirdness, and most likely like craziness, but also having a lot of heart, like this show always tends to. Also on December 8th on Netflix, we have Lookism. This was actually originally supposed to come out in November, but because of the situation in South Korea, it was like a tragedy that happened around that time, they ended up pushing it back. I'm excited. You know, kind of all the points I made previously, I just make them again in this one, but I'm just excited. Like I said, I read quite a bit of the webtoon manhwa, so I'm excited to see how they go about adapting it. It has been a little while since I've read it, so I might not remember everything. On December 13th on Hulu, I believe, obviously it's like FX on Hulu, but still, there's this new series called Kindred. Apparently it's based on a novel. Basically, this woman is kind of time traveling. Like, she keeps popping out of time and ending up in the past for whatever reason, and because it's called Kindred, I'm assuming she's kind of going, like, she's being bound to her ancestor, and it seems like she's in very slave orientated times, and it's not the best time to be of her skin color at that time, and obviously in the wackiness and the craziness of balancing a normal life. And it seems like her husband or significant other seems to be the only one that really knows what's going on, because everyone else, it seems like, wait, she's screaming out of nowhere, because like it's kind of a cross between like she's sleepwalking at one point in time, and it seems like it might all be a dream, and she's even wondering if she's going crazy, but her boyfriend's like, no, you straight up disappeared, so this is real, whatever it is. So it just seems like such a weird story that seems very interesting. I'm excited excited to get the full context of everything and figure out like what's going on there. On December 16th on Netflix, we have a new series called The Recruit. Basically, this guy is the lawyer. He's a lawyer that works with the CIA, and they use him to investigate something, but he finds himself in the middle of a very dangerous situation. And because once again, he's not like, oh, I'm not some like CIA operative or anything like that. I'm kind of the lawyer. I mean, maybe he has some CIA level. I don't know if he's a lawyer that specifically works with the CIA, so he is a CIA agent, or whether he's a lawyer brought in by the CIA, so he has like no direct correlation. But yeah, life turns pretty upside down with all the craziness and death and destruction, and it kind of finds its way into his life. And it's just like, yeah, I'm trying to do everything I can to survive the onslaught of everything that's come into my life. I don't remember. It's been a long while since I saw the trailer, so I don't remember all the ins and outs of what the circumstance, because it's like he was representing someone because he's trying to get information for the CIA, and she's this lady who's out and about just being a badass, kicking ass and killing people, I think, as she's trying to make her escape and getting away from maybe people who want her dead, which may include the CIA. I think they want her for information, but I don't know the ins and outs of everything. But just for what we saw from the trailer, it seemed like kind of that action-packed kind of thriller that I'm very excited to check out. On December 21st on Prime Video, we have season 3 of Jack Ryan, which I'm very excited to have Jack Ryan back. Obviously, in this case, Jack kind of finds himself on a little bit of the opposite side of the CIA, because he's kind of stepping into a situation where the CIA doesn't or isn't really, they're either making the choice or they're just not able to kind of get involved, and it ends up being like a Russia situation. So I don't know if they are, like, I mean, who knows when this script was written and when things were kind of filmed. I'm sure COVID like messed up the production and stuff like that. I mean, because of everything going on, it makes you wonder how much they changed and how much they kind of kept the same. Regardless, it's some like basically Jack's like, yeah, there's something bigger going on here. This could eventually be like a World War III situation. Like some stuff is being played and set up to kind of put, like, I think, nations at war against each other type of thing. And he's working to try and be one of the last lines of defense to kind of stop all this from happening. So on December 22nd on Netflix, we have season 2 of Alice in Borderland, which I'm very excited about. I definitely have to rewatch season 1 because it's been a hot minute. I think there was 2 seasons in between. I'm sure this is like a bigger production anyway, but I'm sure like COVID like severely like hindered a lot of that too as well. But either way, I think at the time you're recording this, which it is November 28th at the time you're recording this, there's only a teaser trailer out, so I'm sure later on, probably like later this week or either later this month, we'll get like a full-blown trailer for it. But obviously, we got some questions answered last season. Well, really quickly, if you haven't watched Alice in Borderland, this came out beforehand, but the easiest thing to compare it to is Squid Games. Once again, it came out like a year before Squid Games did. But basically, it's one of those typical like battle royale death games. It's like, hey, you have to participate in these games and kind of like, God, like the cards are used as kind of currency in this, if I remember correctly. Kind of like, yeah, you kind of run out, you die. I think the cards represent like a point system, if I remember correctly. Once again, it's been a hot minute because I've never read the manga, so this is my first time experiencing this story. I should also know, yes, if you are unaware, this is based on a manga. There is no anime, full-on anime. There is an, like, I think 1 or 2 episode OVAs were made for this series, but yeah, this live action adaptation is like the most, like, I think, full-length adaptation of this material out there. So very excited for season 2. Just because it is dropping this month, I'll probably avoid watching the actual full-blown trailer at this point in time. I'll just focus on rewatching season 1, but I'm very, very excited. And finally, on December 25th on Netflix, we have The Witcher Blood Origin. I believe this being the prequel series. It is labeled, at least what I saw on Rotten Tomatoes, I think it's labeled as a limited series. So I believe Michelle Yeoh is in this, but I could be mistaken. I think there is a trailer out for a full trailer. I have not watched it. The only bits I've seen of this are what we got at that little teaser we got at the end of season 2 when it dropped, Jesus, last year. So yeah, I'm excited about it. Obviously all the news that came out about The Witcher, Henry Cavill, Liam Hemsworth, the whole situation, I'm fine with it. You know, obviously that might deter people. People might be like, I'm gonna watch season 3 and probably stop there. You know, to each their own. But like, yeah, I'm still heavily invested in this world, and I'm so excited for this, and then season 3, and then eventually season 4 whenever it does eventually come out. So. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of dive deeper into this world, kind of get attached, you know, get to know these characters that, you know, and what their connections are to some of the characters we know in the Witcher show, and find out, you know, once again, I've only seen that teaser, and it's been over a year, so well, basically it's going to be over a year, so I don't remember what the correlation was, if there was any, like, real, like, anything really given about the full elements of the story. I don't know if anything was really given, and like I said, I haven't seen anything other than that, but I'm kind of fine going in knowing as little as possible, so I'm very excited. And that brings this month's watch list to an end. Like always, if there's something that's coming out maybe that I'm not aware of, that you're aware of, that you think maybe me or someone else would be interested in, don't be afraid to leave it in the comments down below. Really, that's all I'm going to talk about. Till the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.